Plarium has been busy, and we have stuff to cover. And today, we're covering this guy, Folan Silverhart. Legendary spirit from the Silver Watchers, and he is the Fragment Fusion. I was thinking we're gonna go through his kit, talk a little bit about him, rate his. We can't really rate his booty from here. Can rate his face and his weapons and stuff. This looks very much like a support thing, like the mace here. I don't know what the hell this is, if it's a sword or whatever it is. Or is it like him holding the tree? I don't know. Anywho, let's go through his kit and talk about it. His A1, puncture wounds. Attacks one enemy 3 times. Each hit has a 30% chance of increasing the duration of a random debuff on the target by 1 turn. Let me guess, he puts on debuffs. Attacks all enemies 2 times on the A2. Deals 10% more damage to each enemy for... Wait, what? Deals 10% more damage to each enemy for each debuff on them. Will ignore unkillable and block damage debuff. Oh, hey. Let me... Oh, sorry. Bounce. Hit the mic there. Let me... have a fucking stroke because I can't talk right now. Let me say something. Holy shit, can't really talk. Having will ignore unkillable and block damage on one ability is really nice. Let's talk about it. If you guys seen my live arena stuff, sometimes we're up against shit like what's his face, Odin. Super annoying, am I right? With that block damage? This guy goes, oh, nah, I'm still gonna go through that shit. We do that with Gaspard, but having unkillable and block damage is just really nice. And then we have, what's the face? What is the face? Santa Claus. What am I thinking? Sacred Order, here we go. Boom, Sir Nicholas. Plays an unkillable buff and a 15% continuous buff on all allies for 2 turns. Oh, how are we going to solve this? Oh, maybe with Folan Silverhart. You know what I mean? Then we have Niame. Same thing there. He goes, screw you. This is really nice. I don't know how many times we've been up against this and been like, fucking damn it. And then, you know, you try to remove it and they resist and you're like, damn it. All right. So yeah, the A2, we had a lot of things to talk about there. Okay, A3. A Sun's Wrath attacks one enemy 2 times. The first hit has a 75% chance, books down to 100%, but books up 100% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense debuff for 2 turns. The second hit has a 75% chance of placing a block passive skills debuff for 2 turns. Oh, I love this. Let me guess, because usually this is the case. Is he gonna get an extra turn after this? Then applies a debuff spread effect, taking all debuffs from the target and placing them on all enemies. Finally attacks all enemies 1 time. This attack will ignore 20% of each. Oh, whoa. Okay, damn. No extra turn, but damn. Dude, this guy is freaking pure damage. Obviously, it depends on the multipliers. Oh, when I say that, I sound like a professional content creator. Before, I was like, what the hell are multipliers? I guess it's the damage they can deal times an X amount, so the more times you can multiply that, the better, because then they will do a lot of damage. And if the multipliers are bad, they're not gonna really do much damage. Then we have the passive, Malignant Might. For each Silver Watcher ally on the team, including this champion receives 10% less damage from AoE attacks and ignore defense effects against this champion are 10% less effective. Whenever this champion attacks, it has a 30% chance to turn a weak hit into normal hits. This chance increases by 10% for each debuff on the target. Then the aura is an increased ally attack in all battles by 30%. Let me think here. The first ability here has a 30% chance of increasing the duration of a random debuff on the target. This you don't really put debuffs here, but you place a decreased defense and a block passive skill. And you attack one enemy 3 times. Okay. But but this though, decreased defense, a 100% chance, I'm assuming. Yeah, 100% chance of placing a block passive skill for 2 turns, both 2 turns. Then applies debuff spread. Yeah, nice. Thinking like how the synergy would work on this champion. I would be happier if the applying debuff spread effect was on another ability, for the simple fact, but I don't think it would be. I don't know. What I'm thinking here is if you could have placed decreased defense and block passive skills, gone on A1, stacking these debuffs up higher, and then the other ability, or like if this was on another ability, the debuff spread, you know, you would spread the debuffs with higher stacks. But in live arena, you know, there's cleanse, there's just, you know, you would be happy if they had debuffs for 2 turns, you know what I mean? 5 turns, forget about it, because it would be nice, but 2 turns would, I feel like, should be enough. The whole, for each Sylvan Watcher ally on the team, including this champion receives 10% less damage from AoE attacks and ignore defense effects against this champion. Okay. I am gonna, you know, when it comes to fusions nowadays, late game, and you have daily gem, you know, if you have the daily gems, I feel like going for fusions is relatively easy. I love his kit. I love the A2. I also love the A3. The block passive skills can be so annoying. So annoying. I mean, block passive skills by Niame's passive, I believe. By Gaspard's freaking cage thing. By Leo's passive as well. It's very nice with block passive skills. The decreased defense is really nice. It synergizes well with this. Yeah, I will definitely go for Folan Silverhart, and I really think he will fill a specific role whenever I see, you know, a Odin, if I see a Niame, if I see anyone that places block damage, or like AoE block damage specifically, or unkillable in this case, Sir Nicholas, then this guy is a really decent counter. I will definitely go for this guy. Let me know, guys, if you're gonna go for him. Other than that, I put out videos every day. If you like this sort of content, let me know with a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in a day.